Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the Post Route Show. And now, here's your host, W. Earl Kitchings.
Good evening and welcome to the Post Route, the show where we dive deep into conversations with Black quarterbacks, both past and present. I'm your host, W. Earl Kitchings. This show is proudly brought to you by Quarter Phi Back, the preeminent fraternity of Black quarterbacks and home of the prestigious BIP Memorial Trophy, the only national award that honors both the top Black quarterback from an HBCU and the top Black quarterback from high schools across the nation. We are always excited and thrilled to have you join us on Monday nights here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are enjoying our content, want to know how you can support us, here's a couple of things you can do. I'm going to start off with the Instagram part. Quarter_Phi_back. Instagram is our page. If you want to keep up with everything we're doing, from announcements to video footage of some of our fraternity brothers, that's the first place you need to start. We are current and always keeping things moving along there. Also, for the Post Route Show, you can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Join us live every Monday night at 7 p.m. for more phenomenal conversations. Well, I'm looking very much forward to tonight's conversation because this young man that we got on the show tonight as our guest, man, let me tell you, he is a rising star, and I'm not just saying that because he's from the Lone Star State of Texas. That's not why. This young man, as a freshman, 9th grade now, threw for 4,232 yards, 48 touchdowns. He was selected as a Max Prep first team All-American on their freshman team. He was on our watch list, ranked number 3 on our watch list as we headed to the end of our year in 2025. He was one of our BIP Memorial Trophy finalists last year. This young man is phenomenal. Not since Julian Juju Lewis from Carrollton, Georgia, Carrollton High, have I seen a 9th grader put up these kind of numbers in one season. Lewis put up 41, 18, and 48. My guest tonight put up 42, 32, and 43 touchdowns. He also is the cousin of DJ Lagway, and he attends the same high school and plays quarterback too. Oh my goodness. How good do you want it for the folks at Willis High School in Willis, Texas? I know you might have heard of Permian, but man, make room, because here come the Wildkats of Willis. We're going to show you his clips, and then we're going to bring him into the studio for our conversation tonight. Check him out. Yeah, everything is bigger in Texas. Dropping dots and dams and dots. Man, please welcome my guest tonight to our show here on the Post Route, Linc the Lion, Lincoln Frazier. Welcome to the Post Route, my man.
How you doing?
Hey, man, I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Can't complain.
Oh, my goodness. I know the people in Willis, Texas at Willis High School are just on fire with you doing what you did last year.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. I mean, and to be how good can it be? You the cousin of the guy who broke all the records and set things, and within what, it's only been 3 years since he's been gone, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
here you come. It's like, DJ who? We talking about Linc the Lion, man. We ain't talking about no.
Man, I'm just trying to be as good as he was.
Well, hey, I know you're working hard to do that, young man. So
Yes,
I know you're putting everything you have into it. Let's just start first with that. Has it been difficult to kind of come behind him at Willis High School?
No, sir. I think it's been more of a blessing.
Okay.
It was a blessing and an honor to be compared to him, and then I'm trying to also carve out my own path. So it hasn't been difficult at all. I think it's actually helped me.
Okay, and by you saying that, that means that you don't feel any pressure. That pressure that some people might feel, because you know how it is when your big brother played before you, man, the pressure is there, but this is your cousin, he did. But it sounds as though you've embraced all that. It's like, hey, man, I'm going to be me.
Well, my dad always told me from a young age, pressure is a privilege. So,
Okay.
if you play, you're going to have pressure. So I like to embrace it.
Well, I'm glad you're embracing it, man, because based on those clips, oh, my goodness. You are quite a weapon over there for the Wildkats.
I try. We got a great team,
man.
great coaches.
I mean, it was just the other day you was doing Pop Warner, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. 2 years ago.
Yeah, here you are, man. You on the big stage now. It's like, okay, well, that's great. So now that you have stepped into this role, you got 1 year under your belt. What are some of the things you learned about yourself last year, because you did step onto a bigger platform?
I learned that I can do it. And
Okay.
I have the mental capacity to do it, because that's what everybody told me was going to be tough. And I learned that I've been closer to God than I've ever been. So,
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Well, you can't go wrong being close to that guy, without
Yes,
a
sir.
doubt. Without a doubt. And to, again, see that you are just, I mean, Lincoln, you just seem so relaxed, man, so mentally ready. So, it's like, it's not even a big deal. It's like, look, man, I'm just going to do what I do, and I'm going to play who I am, and that's going to be that. And how did the coach feel about you coming into this situation last year, man? Because I know he had to be like, oh, my God.
I'm sure he was happy, but I was happy to play for him. I always tell people I think I got the best coach in America when it comes to football, when it comes to quarterbacks. So, yes, sir.
Well, what makes this guy so special? I mean, for you to just make that and I'm happy that you're stating that about your coach, but what makes him such a great coach?
He relates to his players, and when it comes to X's and O's, he's had in the last, I think this century or this decade, he's had 3 quarterbacks in the top 5 for most passing yards in the season and 4 in the top 10.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. And there are quite a number of quarterbacks in Texas.
Yes, sir.
So you got to give a shout out to your coach. What's your coach name? Give a shout out to your coach.
Coach Trent Miller.
Trent Miller. All right,
Yes.
Coach Trent Miller. Your guy is like, man, you couldn't have been blessed any better than where you are right now, young man.
Yes, sir. No, definitely. God put me in a great position.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a big fan of Denzel Washington, and one of his movies, I think Equalizer 3, one of the things they said in the movie was, you're where you're supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
You are where you are supposed to be, young man. You are definitely where you're supposed to be. So I understand too that you guys are already going through your spring practice and spring drills.
Yes, sir.
How's that been going, and when does the spring game happen?
Spring game is this Thursday, and it's been going great. Spring practice is always fun, and I'm a firm believer that nobody else has practices like we do, as competitive and as fun as they are.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all get after each other over there at Willis?
Oh, definitely. Every day.
Okay. All right. So how many of your receivers are returning to play with you this upcoming year?
One receiver, and then our running back is returning.
Okay, so you got a good running back and a receiver. But what about these new guys who getting ready to step into something? Looks like, man, I don't know if y'all ready, but you better get ready.
I think they all gonna ball out. All three of the new ones.
Okay.
One has 40 offers already who transferred in, and I think the other two are gonna do just as well.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Well, that makes it easier for you to throw the ball to somebody because it doesn't matter who gets it.
Yes, sir.
They're going to do something with it.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Oh, that is a beautiful thing, man. I'm so happy to hear that. Primarily, what type of offense do you guys run? Is it because looking at the clips, it looks like you guys spread the ball around quite frequently.
We do. I would say air raid. We'll run the ball every once in a while, but we like to get back there and throw it. Yes, sir.
Well, once again, man, you're in a prime situation. So let's talk a little bit about playing at a school like Willis with the number of schools and the competition in Texas. Last year, you guys went, 11-3?
Yes, sir.
Had a couple of big ball games, a couple of tough ball games. What would be some of the opponents this upcoming year that you guys figure you really need to zero in on in order to have as much success as you did last year?
All of them. I think you got to be able to lock in every week.
Yeah.
And we want to beat College Park this year, who we lost to. We play Klein Collins this year, who we also lost to.
Okay.
And then we play Westfield in the regular season, who we beat in the first round of the playoffs.
So now the two teams that you lost to, are they rivals? Are they in your classification?
College
Park is?
And then, but this is our third year in a row playing Klein Collins, and we've been 1-1 the last 2 years. So
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a little get back. So did you play those guys at home or on the road?
Played them at home, and we play them at home again this year.
Oh yeah, that's definitely some payback, Lincoln. That's definitely a little bit of payback to go on the road. It's like, yeah, we remember.
Yes, sir.
We remember. Oh, that's outstanding, man. That's outstanding. So as you have stepped into this role and you are now the leader of the team, could you just share with our audience and your fans what you think are 2 or 3 important things for being a good leader, especially the quarterback on the team?
I think you have to be respected, obviously. And, I think if they respect you enough, everybody going to like you. I think you got to set a standard that you want, but you got to meet the standard as well. You can't, tell somebody to do something and you're not doing it.
Right, right.
I feel like you have to set a standard and help everyone reach that standard.
Do you feel it's hard to get on guys when they need to be, tightened up?
I wouldn't say hard. Sometimes it sucks because I'm friends with everybody off the field, obviously. But we all want to win a state championship. We all want to push each other to be great. So everybody knows it's football.
Okay. Well, as long as everybody understands what the ultimate goal is, and don't wear, their feelings on their shoulders, because some guys can get in their feelings, man. And you have to, like they say, you can't talk to every player the same way. You can't treat every player the same way.
Yes, sir.
But you as the quarterback, you're the coach on the field. I mean, there's a coach on the sideline, but you are the coach on the field. So when you get in that huddle, guys better be listening and paying attention.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. Now, you have been going through being a quarterback for how long in your football career now?
Since I was 9, so 6 years.
6 years now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And has it gotten relatively easier as you've grown, or it got tougher at one part and you kind of, got better?
It definitely got tougher at one part, especially when I entered high school, and I feel like I've grown since then and got better. So yes, sir, it's gotten tougher, but I've gotten better. I feel.
Okay. Okay. Now, as you continue to mature, I know you got a quarterback coach. Do you have quarterback trainers who help you out and have been working with you to help you get better in your skills and techniques?
Yes, sir, I do. I do for
Okay.
sure.
And how often do you get with those guys to work out?
During spring ball, not as much because we, like I said, we throw the ball so much. But off season, 4 times a week.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've been privy to see so many black quarterback trainers over the last 3-4 years, man. And I'm just happy and blessed to see that many guys now working with guys like yourself to build confidence, to work on skills, techniques, and all the things they need in order to be the optimum quarterback. Some of the things that you guys really put emphasis on when you're working with your quarterback trainers, what are some of those things that they really, dwell into getting you ready to do?
The footwork, for sure, and the little details on the field. Whether it's film study or where I'm throwing the ball, just the very little things is what we emphasize the most.
Have they also spoken to you, Lincoln, about your hips?
Yes, sir. Yeah, all the time.
I wasn't aware that hips played that much of a part in it, but watching Dak Prescott do a pregame warm-up, I'm like, that's kind of different for him to, it's almost like he's dancing, but
yes, sir.
You got to get those hips in rotation because, the most people think that the quarterback is throwing from his arm and his shoulder, and that's really not where the power and the speed really comes from.
Yes, sir. It's from the ground up.
From the ground up. Okay.
This is the last thing.
That's the last thing.
Yes,
and
sir.
Then this right here is the last thing of all.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about critical thinking, Lincoln. What are your thoughts about, the thought process of being a quarterback and processing while you're in games? What do you do in order to make that easier for you, especially in a tough ball game?
I watch a lot of film,
Okay.
So I want to be able to know what's coming before it comes. And sometimes you get confused and you just got to react. You got a quick reaction time. But if you do all your film study and you know where they're at, you know where they're going to be, you know who the best players are, it gets a lot easier. Preparation stuff.
And doing that process and being that you are still growing, what will be some of the things you are working on mentally going into 2026?
When you say mentally, you mean just in general or?
Yeah, just in general, nothing really specific. I mean, if making sure that you're going through your progressive reads or making sure you're paying attention to the way defenses are coming at you, just, some of those things that you have to process because you only got, a couple of seconds to think about it.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of things mentally. My dad always tells me preparation equals separation. So,
okay.
And when it comes to my read keys, I feel like I need to look off more, use my eyes. I just think knowing what's going, like I said, more film study equals more mental, so just preparing myself mentally more than physically almost.
Do you think quarterbacks have to be more mentally tough than any other player on the field?
I do for sure. I think quarterbacks get a lot of blame. They also get a lot of credit. It just comes with the position.
And being more mentally tough requires you to do what? I mean, I'm asking because I know everybody's different, so I'm just asking because the way you go at it may be different than what I've heard or what other guys do. So just trying to find out how you go about getting better or tougher.
I think always being able to talk to yourself positively and you got to have a short memory, whether it's good. My dad always says the 3-second rule. So, if you make a good play, you celebrate for 3 seconds, move on. You make a bad play, dwell on it for 3 seconds, and then move on. So,
Well, aside from your head coach and your quarterback trainers, it sounds like you got one of the best mentors and gurus in the world right there in your house, man, because he's spitting out some knowledge.
yes, sir. I believe I do. And he's been to the top. He played in the NFL for 7 years, and he was All-American in college. So I think I do have that.
Okay. Well, man, it's got to be an honor to have a dad like that, man, because he's only going to tell you what's going to help you be better.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And, he's not trying to hurt you with any, but he wants you to perform at a high level.
Definitely does.
So sometimes it might be tough to listen. Sometimes I know what it's like when those father and sons get together, and it's like, okay, but it's only for your betterment, man. So that's a great thing. So being that you got all this competition in Texas, I want to ask you about a few guys that have been quarterbacks at your level and gone on to have some phenomenal careers. And I know we may not get through all of them before we get to the break, but I did want to bring a few of them up so we could talk about them. I'm going to start from the most recent and go to the older. Cam Ward.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Cam Ward?
He was my favorite quarterback when he was in college. I started watching him at Washington State when he was there. So,
okay.
I know he went to Incarnate Ward out of high school, and I love Cam Ward. I think he's going to be a great NFL quarterback, and I love to watch him, and I love to listen to what he has to say all the time.
Are there any things that he does that you tried to implement into what you do as a quarterback?
Yes, sir. With his feet and the way and how he throws the ball, like we was talking about with his hips and his really quick release. Yes, sir.
Now, one of the things I thought about Cam Ward, man, I never saw the guy look like he was pressured by anything. He looked like nothing rattled him at any time.
And I try to also imitate that. He's always calm. He's never too high or too low. So
okay, all right, Cam Ward, Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
What about him?
He's always calm. He's definitely never too high or too low. I like to implement his study of the game because I know he works and studies the game, and I think he was a great player. I liked him at Alabama, and I loved him at OU, and I love him so far in the league.
You like him with the Eagles?
Yes, sir. I definitely do.
Okay. What's one of your favorite? Well, what is your favorite pro football team?
My favorite team is the Texans, but I really attract to players more. So my favorite players are Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, what do you really think about a guy like Patrick Mahomes? Because he's kind of changed the way some quarterbacks play the game, especially when he's got kind of like that baseball motion of throwing sidearm. What do you feel about him?
I personally think he's probably the best to ever play the position. And he, like I said, he's my favorite player. I think he's amazing. I think he does some things that some people can't do, but I think I'm capable of doing those things. So I try to imitate him and his film study and his preparation, all of them.
Have you caught yourself either in practice or in games throwing kind of sidearm?
I have before. Yes, sir. I've done it. I've done it. So.
Was that good for you?
It always is so far.
Okay. All right. Kyler Murray, another Texas guy.
We got two totally different play styles, but I love watching him play. I think he's a great player. I think he's got a strong arm, and I always watch him play. And I try to imitate what I can.
Well, for a guy to be his stature, because like you 6'2", 6'3", even 6'1", but I mean when you're hovering right around 5'11", 6 feet, man, and you can perform like he does, you got to have a lot of confidence. I mean, because folks are always trying to knock you off your game.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Now, he's amazing. It was amazing.
He is amazing. He has been amazing, and I'm sure.
And what he's doing.
And like your dad, his dad played at Texas A&M, and his dad was a quarterback, so I'm sure his dad poured a lot into him. So
yes,
you Aggies, man. I I had a trainer one time. We were playing Texas A&M in basketball. He tried to trick me, Lincoln, and he tried to trick me into saying the wrong thing. We over there in College Station, and he tried to get me to do, the Longhorn thing. I said, no, Doc. I said, no. I said, over here in College Station, you gotta gig them.
Yes, sir.
He's
yes,
like,
sir.
oh, you know about that? I said, man, you're not gonna get me in trouble.
Definitely.
Last guy on my list, Vince Young.
Yeah.
Former quarterback at Texas.
Yes, sir. I wasn't even alive when he won the national championship, but I've always watched his highlights. I've obviously seen the game where he won the national championship and he ran that last touchdown in. I think he was part of the beginners to promote the black quarterback who can throw, who can run, who can do it all.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see you doing a lot of running in the clips. I'm sure you got wheels, so I'm not going to even, question that, because most of the guys nowadays are a dual threat just because, and I'm sure you are a dual threat. You don't have to run when you got great receivers and who can go get the ball.
Yes, sir, definitely.
But if you have to.
If I have to, I will. I will for sure.
Okay. That sounds great, man. So now, as you are preparing for the upcoming year, let's show a little love to the guys that do the most work and get the least amount of love, and that's your guys up front.
Yeah.
Show some love to those guys, man, because hey, they are working all the time and they seldom get love.
Yeah, I think we got
a little bit about your offensive lineman.
I think we got the best O-line group in the country, man. Owens, our center, our right guard Keller, our right tackle Peyton, left guard Parker, and left tackle Bryce. I think they're doing a great job this spring, man. And last year after every game, I'll get the O-line donuts. So I'm gonna keep that going. Oh,
that's a great tradition.
Yes, sir.
That's a great tradition. Well, maybe with you getting them donuts, man, out there in Willis, maybe the donut company, a store that you go to, maybe they might want to do a little sponsoring of Linc the Lion and help them guys with them donuts.
I hope they do.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I love it. Well, look, man, we're going to take a quick break. We got my mental performance specialist coming on to do his segment called Psyched Up. So we're going to hear from him in a few minutes. So you can listen to him, and then we're going to do some commercials. But when we come back, we're going to talk some more about football at Willis High School and Linc the Lion. And I got some questions about where that nickname came from, but I think I know.
Yes, sir.
All right. My guest tonight is the phenomenal Linc the Lion Frazier from Willis High School, Willis, Texas, a freshman quarterback who threw for over 4,200 yards last year. Looking forward to his upcoming 2026 season. So we're going to get back to him after we take this commercial break. This is the Post Route, so stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to hear from our resident mental performance specialist right now, Dr. William Kitchings Jr., as he brings you another extraordinary segment in Psyched Up. Here he is.
The most disciplined athletes on your team aren't trying harder than everyone else. They've made the right behaviors easier to do than the wrong ones. That's not motivation, that's architecture. I'm Dr. William Kitchings Jr., and this is Psyched Up. Goals, identity, standards, confidence. 6 sessions of foundation work. Today, we talk about what actually holds it all together day to day. Your habits. Research on habit formation shows that behavior repeated consistently in a stable context becomes automatic over time. It stops requiring conscious decision-making and begins running on its own. What that means for a quarterback? The mental energy you spend deciding whether to watch film, how long to stretch, when to review your reads, that energy compounds across a season. Every decision costs something. Habits eliminate the cost.
What I do before the game is a 30-minute meditation, focusing on the inhale and the exhale. All that's doing is training me to be in the present moment.
So here's where to start. Pick one preparation behavior you want to make automatic. Then build an if-then trigger around it. Not a goal, a trigger. If I arrive at the facility, then the first 15 minutes go to film. If practice ends, then I do 3 minutes of intentional breathing before I leave the field. That decision is already made before the moment arrives. You're not trying harder, you're deciding earlier. If the system is built now, the behavior shows up when the season demands it, without asking permission. If the system is right, the behavior follows. I'm Dr. William Kitchings Jr., and this is Psyched Up, a space built for the moments behind the moments.
It just keeps getting better. Those small tidbits of information, man, are so powerful. Love Dr. Kitchings giving his insight into getting better. Before we get back to my guests, I got to let you know that, hey, we still got our hoodies and t-shirts available for you. So you make sure that you get a copy of, or order your shirt, order your hoodie. You know, you got to get one of these. I mean, our hoodies, $50 for our hoodies. You get the Quarterfied Back logo to help represent what we're doing. The t-shirts are $25 to $35 depending on your size. Hoodies are $50 to $60 depending on your size. But hey, go to our store at quarterfiveback.com. Click on the store icon and order your hoodie today. Soon as that order comes in, pow, we're sending it right out to you so you can represent right away. And there's no better way to help us put out what we're doing than you wearing some of our gear. So order today your hoodie or your t-shirt at quarterfiveback.com on our store and get your Quarterfied Back hoodie or Quarterfied Back t-shirt. Now, if you like to read, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to get you a copy of my book, The Forgotten QBs, the little-known history, information, and statistics about Black quarterbacks in American college football. I wrote this book about 4 years ago. It's full of information, bios, statistics. It's so much you would probably not want to put it down once you picked it up and start reading it. But it was a tribute to making sure that the legacies of Black quarterbacks are never forgotten and that their historical value is never forgotten. So go to the website, quarterfiveback.com, order the book, and we'll get it out to you right away. $35 for my book, and I'll include that autograph. So there you have it. You can get a book or get one of our hoodies or t-shirts from our store at quarterfiveback.com. We're going to get back to my guest right now, the phenomenal Mr. Linc Frazier. Lincoln, welcome back to the show.
Yes, sir.
So I got to ask Linc the Lion. Now, I'm going to just take a wild guess. It didn't hit me till I saw you, but I guess it's because of that awesome hairstyle you wear.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
My dad came up with it when my hair started growing out, and he just said, "You look like you got hair like a lion." And then he made it my Instagram name, and it stuck.
Well, you definitely embody the king of the jungle with that look, man. But I think it's befitting to you, and I think the nickname is befitting. And you know, it's almost like, you have to always carry yourself a certain way, no matter what. You can't escape it. You can't get away with things because, they're going to call you out right away. Yeah, we know who it was. So what's the schoolhouse like at Willis High School? I mean, is it a fun place to be? Your student, your classmates? Well, what kind of environment is that at Willis High School?
I love Willis High School. It's my favorite school I've been at. Everybody there was welcoming when I first came.
Okay.
And everybody there is super dope, super cool, super fun environment. Obviously, it's a school, so they're gonna be strict about some stuff, but
right.
All the APs, all the teachers, real cool.
Who's the coolest teacher?
I I told Coach Tav when I go on a podcast, I'm gonna give him a shout out. So Coach Tav is definitely my coolest teacher. All my other teachers cool, but I told Coach Tav when I go on one, I'm gonna give him a shout out. So I'm giving him one right now.
Coach Tav.
Yes, sir.
What does he teach?
He teaches history. He's my history teacher.
You're a history teacher. Okay.
Yes, and my brother also a school teacher, but I don't got my brother. My brother, Coach O. But he teaches juniors.
Okay. Well, hey, Coach Tav, you've been notified that, hey, you're a cool coach.
Yes,
I love it. Now, what position does he coach?
Coach Tav coach baseball. I don't see him.
He coach baseball.
In the classroom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, being that you said baseball, are there some other sports you play?
I do not. I don't see Coach Tav in the classroom. I'm strictly football.
Has he ever tried to get you to come out and play baseball?
He told me I'd throw some heat, but I told him I can't do it. I told him I can't do it.
Well, Lincoln, have you ever played baseball?
I did up until I was 9, and I can't lie, I fell asleep in the dugout. So, that was the last time playing baseball.
So that I guess the game was kind of boring.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I've heard that about baseball, but man, most times that just seems to be a kind of a easy transition from quarterback to pitcher almost. Now I know in my growing up and when I was in high school, and your dad probably had the same thing, man. We just transitioned from one sport to whatever the next sport was in the season to the next sport. So we played like 3 sports a year. I mean, you go from fall, winter, and spring. Has a track coach ever tried to get you to come out and run track?
Yeah, I go out there and work out with track. I just don't run in the meets, but I
got
go out there to do track workouts.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, as long as you're putting in some kind of work, man, because nothing is better than putting in that extra that is required. So
definitely.
I'm just so happy and pleased the way you have just taken this position on. Now, with the fact that you're going to have about a 3-month break, what are you going to do with this extra time when school is out? There's no more spring practice. What are you going to do?
A lot of work, a lot of football work. We got SAC camp and we got 7-on-7 tournaments, but it's just work. It's downhill all the way until August, and we don't get a break till December.
I see. So is this like the first time you've ever kind of been in that 7-on-7 situation, or you did it last year in junior high?
I played last year. I didn't play. I hurt my shoulder. So in my last 8th grade game. So I didn't play 7-on-7 last year. So yeah, it's my first time in a minute really playing 7s. I'm gonna be playing with my school, obviously, but yes, sir. Okay.
Well, I guess you're 100% healed up the way you played last year, so that shoulder's not a problem anymore.
Yes, sir.
Now, you say you got one receiver coming back to the team. Is he going to kind of be your primary guy until these other guys kind of figure it out?
I think all of them are going to be primary guys. I think we're going to spread the football around.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and you know what's going to happen, right? They're going to start buying you donuts.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, they're going to start buying you because they want the what? Yo, Linc, man, I need to get some more touches, man. You need some donuts. I mean, what? Come on, man. You need some wings. You need some pizza. I mean, come on. But that's a great thing. That's a great thing, man. I mean, I'm sure you guys have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now, being that you are the cousin of one phenomenal quarterback, same high school, what has his impact and relationship with you being now that you're at high school? What has he kind of either shared with you or spoken to you about? What is the relationship you guys have as it relates to quarterbacking and just as cousins?
I would say we have a great relationship, and he's helped me with handling hate, stuff like that. He's told me some stuff about that. Keep my head down, keep faith in God, and keep going.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's kind of interesting.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of interesting because and we live in some crazy times, man, and people are just I don't even know how to describe it other than it's just people are just so selfish. I guess that's the best way. So selfish. So hey, I get it. Now,
Sure.
has he told you he won our award 2 years ago?
He did not tell me that.
He
No, sir.
didn't.
He did not.
Okay. So here's your assignment. You ask him, say, hey, I was talking to Mr. Kitchings with quarter five back in the post route. Why you didn't tell me you won that award, man?
Yes, sir. Yeah, nah, he's super humble. He don't like to tell you nothing. So
Okay. It's all good, man, because he showed us, you know, when we presented that award and sent it out to him and his folks out there, he showed us some love because they put out a flyer with him and pictures and things like that. And in the flyer, our award was in the flyer.
yes,
and
sir.
we were just so grateful and thankful that he did that because we didn't ask him to do it. He didn't have to do it. But, man, that made an impression on myself and my staff that we never forgot it. We'll never forget him. I'm looking forward to the day when I get a chance to have him on the show to have that conversation, man. So,
Sir.
You say he's a great cousin?
He is. He definitely is. And his younger brother, one of my best friends.
So now Jamal is on the team with you, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, I mean, golly. Now let me just ask the question. So I understand Jamal plays defensive back.
Yes, sir.
Is he a starting defensive back?
He is. He got 15 offers.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So in practice, are you trying to stay away from him or you don't care? You go at him?
You know, if it was a game, I'd try to stay away from him. But in practice, like I said, we go at each other every day. So I try to go at him.
And I understand that because iron sharpens iron. He can only get better if you go at him, and you can only get better if he's defending.
Yes, sir.
So that's great. That's great. Now, what year is he in high school? Is he a senior, junior?
He's a sophomore, so he's 1 year older than me.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
Golly. So okay. Well, y'all have plenty of time to do stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. Well, I did not know that you guys were cousins, man, but that has just made it so much rewarding to know that you and DJ and Jamal are all cousins. Now, switching gears a little bit. In preparations, what are some of the things you do? Because Dr. Kitchings talked about habits. What are some of your habits that you do on a regular basis that you know that these are going to be some of the things I'm going to do no matter what?
You mean during the season or just in general throughout the year?
Both.
You know, during the season, I always will come straight home and study film or school, but most of the time I do all my work in school. So straight home, film. You know, I'll do all the stuff I need to get done for the day. I got a whiteboard. My mom made me check everything off on there. She's real strict about it. She makes sure I do my board every day. And yes, sir. So just keep the habits of consistency and staying structured. Always read my Bible too.
Okay. So have there ever been times when you've been kind of thrown off your routine and it kind of causes you to be a little, you know, kind of discombobbled and you had to kind of get back on track?
Definitely. I mean, you know, there's been times where I've been thrown off, you know, didn't do something that I should have, or, you know, I was caught up on doing one thing. So yes, sir. Yeah, stuff like that has happened.
Okay. Now, I really admire the fact that you and your relationship with God is so good. Do they have a huddle at your school for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes? Are you familiar with that organization?
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay. And how strong is that organization at your school?
It's strong. I mean, most of our athletes, you know, at least all the ones that I know are Christians. So we all try to contribute to that when we can.
Okay. Man, I got exposed to the Fellowship of Christian Athletes maybe when I was like ninth grade, like yourself.
Yes, sir.
I went to a summer camp up in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, and that experience was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, and when you're in a place in the mountains and it's calm and peaceful and restful, it definitely makes you feel you're a little bit closer to God. So that's a great thing, man. I always have appreciated an organization like that. So I'm glad to hear that you're in that organization.
Yes, sir.
Now, when we talk about some of the things such as nutrition and diet and things like that, what are some of your favorite foods you just love to eat?
My favorite food is steak. I
Steak.
love steak. Yes, sir. You know, I don't get it all the time, but when I do get it, it's great. I love steak. I love mac and cheese. And if I had to say a healthy option, I'd say I love broccoli.
Now, you know, I'm not surprised you said steak being in Texas, man. I mean, that's like a no-brainer. It's like if you had said chicken, I'd be like, man, you in Texas. What you mean chicken?
And that makes real good barbecue in Willis.
Is that right?
I love that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Pre-game meals, what are those like? I mean, do they prepare pre-game meals for you guys, and what is that like for you guys?
They do at the school.
Okay.
So it just depends on the week. It'll be burgers. We'll have Chinese food sometimes. We'll have it all.
Okay. And then after the game, they give you another meal?
After the game, we go home.
Okay. Hey, because like at my high school, they feed the team after the game too.
Nah, we go home. We don't get back to the school till 11 at best.
Okay. Now, how much damage have you done to your parents' refrigerator? Because I know you kind of in and out of that thing quite frequently. How much damage?
I've done a lot of damage to the refrigerator and the pantry. So it's just
okay. Now I'm gonna call your dad Mentor Frazier, and I'm gonna call your mom Coach Frazier, because she sounds like she's the one that keep things tight.
She is
real tight rein.
My mom was a news anchor by the age of 27, so she's always been very strict.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that's a great thing, because it kind of helps you be prepared for interviews and things like that. Do y'all kind of do some practice sometimes?
Yes, we did it before this. Me and my mom. Yes, sir. She
gets you ready.
Professional with that, and she knows what she's talking.
All right. Well, that's great, man. You sound like you got two great parents. You got any brothers and sisters?
I got 3 brothers and 1 sister.
And the ages are?
My sister is 32.
Okay.
My brothers are 31 and 30. And then I also got a sister-in-law who I'm super close with. She's 26 or 25.
Oh, man. Okay, so there's an age gap there, but still, that's just more of your fan club, man. That's the way I see that.
Yeah, no, I'm super close with all of them. All of them have helped me.
That's great. That's great, man. Well, good. Does mom cook it up for you real good, and or is dad the primary chef over there?
Mom started to cook it up real good. She's cooking right now as we speak.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Can I get a plate? Oh, okay. Very good. Well, that's great, man. Let mom know if Mr. Kitchings ever gets to Willis, you know, I need a plate.
Yes, sir. I will. I'll tell you.
Hey, so let's bring your dad in real quick, man. We got about 10 more minutes. I want to bring your dad in, man, and bring him in here and let him get a little time. Derek.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
All right, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. Slide. There we go. There we go. Hey, man, phenomenal job with that young man.
Yeah, from time to time. He's all right.
Spoken like a true father.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true father, man. Oh, man. Hey, Lincoln, let me tell you what that is, man. That's some deep love right there, man.
Yes,
that's
sir.
some deep love. Trust me. As a father, you know, that's some deep love, man. So, you know, it's all good. So how surprised were you, Derek, to see Lincoln step up his game this past year, coming from the middle school level?
I can't say I was surprised.
Okay.
Because I didn't really know if Linc would play when we came here to Willis. You know, the coach just told us, look, the only thing he's going to promise us is a fair shot.
Okay.
And that was it. And you know, he's been true to his word. And he told me he had a guy before Linc, he didn't know what was going to happen, and then Linc ended up having to play, and it was some rough times through the season because he was a young guy.
Yeah.
Once I knew he got it probably after by game 5 or game 6. He
Okay.
started telling me different things in football that I already kind of knew.
Yeah.
And I would try to relate to him, but he didn't understand them completely. But then, during the season, as the season got longer, he started understanding, and I think he kind of took off after about the 6th or 7th game.
Okay. It's got to be a lot of fun for you, man, to mentor a son like that through a process that he's going through, especially at this age, because, hey, man, he's just getting started in high school football. So to mentor him and some of the things he's already shared, man, you giving him some knowledge. You pouring some serious stuff into him.
Yeah, I try to. It's fun, but it's stressful. But the good thing is that I can be a dad on with the school that he's at, because I trust the coach. The coach he's kind of taking them under his wing, kind of talking a lot of things. And some of his teammates that he had last year, he had a lot of veterans that he played with last year, so they kind of took Linc under the wing as a young guy and kind of showed him the ropes and laid it out, and he just he got a hold to it and then he went running.
Gotcha. So as he continues to prepare, what are some of the things that you've recognized that he's improved upon, and some of the things that you see him getting better at?
Probably listening to me. Oh man, it's been difficult process just because he's a kid, he's a young kid, he's been doing. He's playing varsity football, which at 15 years old, which is tough, especially in Texas, and
right.
And he was hearing stuff from me. He was hearing stuff from his coaches. He was hearing stuff from his teammates. So I know his mind was kind of overwhelmed at times, but he settled down and we have good talks, and it's not. I try to be a dad at home, and I try to be, if I see him practice football, we watch film, I try to be that kind of coach at that time. But other than that, he's had things that he's told me about football and what he's learning and how he's doing it. So I just try to be that ear to listen to him, and then I try to give him guidance.
Yeah, well, I mean, excuse me, those things are so critically important, especially in this day and time, man. So for you two guys to have a relationship like you have, man, I think that's a beautiful thing. And, I know it only helps the two of you, because, each one of you is kind of learning about each other right now. It's like, yeah, he not the little 9-year-old no more, man. It's like, okay. And
I will say this too. His brothers, he has older brothers, like he said. They've been a great support system for him, and it's kind of helped me kind of just be the dad. One of his brothers played quarterback in college, and they have a film study every Wednesday.
Okay.
One of his brothers is a receivers coach.
Okay.
And so they're together all the time. And then his other brother, we call him like the manager. He comes with some kind of call every day about what Linc should do, what he should do, how he should do it. And so I mean, they've been great for him, and as you said, the mom, and she kind of holds it all together. She gets on our nerves at times. I'm not supposed to say that, but we all love her.
I didn't hear it.
We all love her, but without her, we don't keep our ship going straight. So
absolutely. So the older brother that played quarterback, where did he play quarterback in school at?
Northern Colorado. Now
Colorado.
Yeah, he got injured up there, so he didn't. He couldn't play because he hurt his back, but he was a stickler for a game. Great teacher for Linc. He's taught Linc so much that I couldn't really teach him. Now that I've learned a lot more about the quarterback position, from the head coach Trent and from Rand, his older brother. That kind of helps me kind of guide Linc. But those two are the ones that kind of guided Linc to this point since he's been in high school.
Now I understand that you played football at Texas A&M, and you played with Kelvin Murray. Is that correct?
Yeah, Kevin Murray. He was actually leaving the year I got there, so I didn't play with him, but he left the year I got there. So Kevin was real good. He was. I'm not surprised Kyler had the career he had throughout high school and then college and then even the pros so far. So because Kevin, his dad, was a great player.
Now, what position did you play, Derek?
I played defensive back, cornerback.
Oh my goodness! So, quarterback is a son is a quarterback, son quarterback. Receiver. I mean, Team Frazier, dude. You got everybody you need right there at the house.
That's what I tell them all the time.
You got everybody you need right there at the house, man. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Well, that's outstanding. That is outstanding. Now, before I get to my favorite part of the show, I'm going to just give you an opportunity to ask me a question if you have one, either one of you, it doesn't matter, before I get to my favorite part of this show.
Where are you from? Where were you born?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
All right. Why didn't Linc win the award this year?
I don't vote, sir. I don't vote.
I was messing with you, man.
I don't vote. Let me ask you this, though. Had y'all ever heard about us until we started talking about him being on our watch list?
I did not. The head coach, because the DJ obviously told us about you.
Okay.
And I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was a great deal that you're doing. And, we were all on board when you told us we were on the watch list.
There you go, man. Okay, well, I can already tell you're going to be on the watch list from the preseason because all the guys who are returning, they kind of like our preseason watch list going into it. And other than Cole Moody, who finished with 5,300 yards over there as an 8th grade in Southside High School in Selma, there weren't too many other guys that in that 4,000-yard range this past year. So I'm already locked and loaded and ready to go.
Yes,
so, looking forward to it. So let me just say this, as this is my favorite part of the show, because what we do here at the Post Route and Quarterfive Back, we create a brotherhood. And Derek, I know you understand the value of a brotherhood, being that you played college and professional football, and you guys still have some type of bond and relationship. So that brotherhood is important, and it means a lot to those guys who really, delve into it. So tonight, every time we have a guest on the show, what we do is this. We let them know that because of our brotherhood and because of our fraternity of being in Quarterfive Back, I need to let Lincoln Frazier know that tonight, with you being here with us tonight, my man, you will now be a member of the brotherhood of black quarterbacks known as Quarterfive Back. A lifetime member forever. You're part of us forever, man. And we take this very serious because we think it's important to make sure the black quarterbacks don't ever get lost and forgotten. So congratulations, young man. Welcome to the fraternity.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Derek, thank you so very much for supporting Lincoln and being a great dad. Lincoln, thank you for being a great son. Thank you both for being a part of our show. And we're here to support you. If there's anything we can do for you, let us know, because we're here to support.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Will do, man. We appreciate the time.
All right, man. Have a great summer. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
sir.
Will do.
All right, take care. Man, we on the lookout for this guy. That's going to do it for us tonight here on the Post Route Show. We'd like to thank our staff and crew who always make this show phenomenal. And as we say every week as we close, go deep and go for the bomb. See you guys next Monday night. Take care.